do this. Welcome everybody, my name is Palomino. We're going to jump into our first game of today's tournament. A tournament, open house tournament, prize, Hearthstone beta key. 2 players coming together to figure out who's the best today, at this moment in time, this day, this hemisphere. Good evening. At the bottom right, we're going to see BXF Toasty. Just kidding. Psych. April Fools to all of you. Just kidding. LYGF Lucoda spawning at the bottom right as the Zerg opponent, but as the Protoss opponent at the top left of Polar Knights Ladder Edition is going to be from Clan/Team BXF Tasty. PVZ is the name of the game. So we see the initial probe moving out to make the super sexy pylon that we've all come to know and love from day one. We'll see what this Zerg player wants to do here. So far, no drones moving about. The only drones that are moving for the mineral patches, and that's what we would expect to see, unless an early pool went down, unless a gas went down, and then an early pool soon following after. But it looks like we are going to see Lucoda. Not doing much yet. Just buying his time, gathering as many minerals as possible until the time is right. Tasty, though, gonna take the initiative here by scouting with that initial probe that made the 9 pylon at the low ground of the natural. He's gonna check out his opponent. He wants to make sure that he's not gonna be dealing with a super early pool. It looks like he's gonna be dealing with a standard pool here. You can only expect to see a hatchery coming up after this. We'll see what he wants to go for, if he wants to put a Nexus down next. As we see the beautiful yet sexy dance of the drone and probe at the natural. Now, this sexy dance can happen either way. It can happen at the natural of the Protoss's natural. That didn't make sense. It can also happen at the natural of the Zerg's natural. Most commonly, of course, we see it at the natural of the Zerg's. But I'd wager we're going to see quite a few times this tournament it happening. This phenomenon, this dance phenomenon, the crunking, if I will. You'll see this crunking action occur at the Protoss's natural as well. Oh, it's a beautiful sight when Zerg is able to dance around that natural. But that's when Protoss is being extra greedy. And Zerg is trying to punish him for it. We see 4 initial Zerglings coming out, and immediately after, double extractors going down just so we can get, just so we can cheat a little extra supply. The way that works is that the extractors take away some supply. Then we use that supply for 2 extra rounds of lings. That would be a total of 4 lings. Then we can cancel those and continue using those drones, essentially cheating 2 worth of supply. These lings moving on over here are going to see no way in. This actually, is this a wall-in? Is this a complete wall-in? This is a complete wall-in. Tasty playing it safe, getting a complete wall-in. I'm actually quite surprised that he decided to make a complete wall-in. And if he hadn't, these lings would have been more than able to go all the way through. He builds his pylon as if the lings could have just ran by. I'm a little perturbed as if that was actually the case. Third expansion going down extremely fast here after these initial lings going down. Looking at the units count here, we got 6 lings out on the field right now. 4 more extra lings than you would naturally see. It's not uncommon for a player to make 4 lings in the first place, however. So perhaps 2 lings extra. As we go into a much more standard 3 hatch. 3 hatches down before the 5-minute mark even ticked. Second gate going down here even before the cybernetics core is finished. We'll see if we're gonna have to keep an eye out for what kind of tech route we're going here. So far we're only seeing gates being added on. It would be pretty cool to see some early gateway aggression going on here, even though we did do the forge fast, which is gonna delay that aggression just a little more. This Overlord keeping an eye on the probe saturation as well as one of the gases. Wants to make sure that no 1 base 2/1 gas all in is coming at him. And it looks like he has that information. Do not want to get caught off guard. The double gases finish up at the natural. No units in production right now, as we are going to be a little greedy with our money. Making sure we can get as many probes as possible here. Now, Zerg, aka Love Your Girlfriend, Lucoda, with the 3 hatches. However, let's look at the drone count. We gotta look at this production as this Roach Warren is just beginning. No drones in production yet. Our Roach Warren, are we saving up money right now to put on some aggression here? It looks like we do have a macro hatch. No, this is a layer. This isn't no macro hatch. 1 scout going in at just about 7 minutes. A very classic time for a Zerg player to throw his Overlord in there, trying to get an eye on the prize, trying to figure out what tech route is going down. 9 times out of 10, you're going to spot that tech route with that Overlord, but it looks like this Overlord actually is going to be able to see these additional 3 gates. And right now, do we have +1? Do we have +1? More and more gates going down. Nope, we have a robotics going down here. And he actually cancels some of those gateways completely. He completely cancels those, puts down the Stargate as well as the robotics facility. And right now, Tasty trying to play some mind games with his opponent here as he gets a little scout in here with the Mothership Core. The Mothership Core able to see exactly to get a little count on drones at the 3rd. Make sure if there were no drones at that 3rd, we're actually getting double robotics facilities over here. If he didn't see any drones at that 3rd, he would immediately have to be worried about some units about to hit his home, about to hit his own base, as that lava would be used for the army value tab. And more to coming out, double robotics facilities, and this little guy is going to be able to get a nice eye on the tech. I do believe he is able to see a Stargate. However, he isn't seeing the double robotics facility, which may be some crucial information that leads him astray here. With the Stargate information, though, he does put down a Hydrolus Den, macro hatch, as well as 1 safety spore in each one of his expansions. Right now, Zerg's still at 3 hatches, no 4th hatch going down quite yet, as the Oracle makes his way into the base. Really not getting too much done here. Can we get a kill count? 3 kills for an Oracle. However, the Oracle is able to live here, which is fantastic. Which is fantastic news. This Oracle will still be alive to be able to get some scouting done. That Oracle has the same speed, the same air velocity as the Phoenix. Except Phoenixes don't spank units on the ground, even though they look a little faster. These rocks going down here, looks like you might want to take these stairs. However, 1 Ling hanging out here is going to be able to see that coming from a mile away, and Lucoda is going to be really happy about this Ling placement. No 4th hatchery going down quite yet. 1 spore, 1 spawn at the 3rd, as we get a little bit of harassment from this Oracle. This Oracle also still able to do a little scouting. It's going to see a little bit of the composition here, which right now we have 1 Hydra and a pack of wild roaches chasing after this poor little Oracle. This 3rd, now with this wall off at the natural, it only makes sense that this 3rd, these rocks at the 3rd are going to be the 3rd of choice. It only makes sense. We really want to have vision of this avenue over here, because Lucoda is going to have the option of pushing forward onto the natural ramp, as well as pushing forward onto a whole different ramp that would be the inevitable 3rd that is trying to go up right now. A little pressure going down from Lucoda. However, it looks more like just a little poke. It's like a Facebook poke. When you're on Facebook, you give your friends a little poke. It's not going to be too bad, though, as the double Colossus not quite going up here. We see the double robotics facility, but at the same time, we see 1 Colossus going down, the upgrade, the thermal lance for the Colossus, as well as the Void Ray coming out. So we put down the tech of 1 Stargate, 2 robotics facilities. What we're going to use, based on our scouting, based on our information, is we're going to chrono out 1 Colossus and 1 Void Ray, as opposed to going full balls to the wall robotics facility. 4th expansion going down, as well as the 5th going down at the same time. This base way back here, these rocks not going to go down quite yet, but it looks like these units just now are going to decide to start knocking these down. And suddenly, we see that if Lucoda, if somehow able to keep these external bases, as well as this base way in the back, We've got a lot of gas coming for us. 2, 4, 6, 8. Who do we appreciate? That's a lot of gas. Creep, spread, slowly creeping and crawling towards the rally point of good old Tastely. Tastely with not, it doesn't look like he has a huge army. He does have, but he does have some major big units in his composition here. I don't think that Oracle was able to sniff out the burrowed units here. I think these roaches are going to be a little bit of a surprise as he moves over onto the creep. Moving forward completely on the creep here. This is going to allow Lucoda to have that additional speed boost. With the additional speed boost that the burrow gives, that's a lot of speed. Don't do drugs. This hatchery going down oh so quick, and it looks like... Are we going to see a full-on battle here? If we look on the minimap, we see these units just waiting, biding their time to get a full surround to maximize their efficiency versus these colossi. Really, Tasty just inviting this kind of this kind of unit placement from Lucoda as he keeps on moving forward. This is almost exactly what Lucoda wants, except at the same time, I'm not sure if he has enough units for this. How many force fields do we have to deal with this? Colossi in the background, but they're not in the background anymore as the roaches move on behind them. The roaches trying to power down these colossus, but it's a too little too late as we do have 1 or 2 immortals on the ground doing their thing, and it looks like Lucoda with just not enough units for that surround to pummel this Protoss ball. Moving forward now, making his way into the natural, and it looks like we don't have any more units from Lucoda to deal with this. The final Colossus goes down. 1 immortal hanging out in the middle of this army. 2 Void Rays shooting down, not even feeling like it's applicable right now to put down that pulsar beam. Suddenly, Lucoda looking like he's in a sticky situation as Tasty has officially taken his 3rd base. 2nd Immortal has gone down. Suddenly, these Stalkers aren't going to look so powerful. However, these Void Rays are going to have free reign on the ground, and it looks like Tasty getting the victory from LYGF Lucoda.